Everything is faked. Everything is stupid. The reality is stupid. This world have no sympathy for Sadhu, who's live a life of normal human being who struggle in life, not trying too hard, not control anything too much. Um, on the other side, if we see Sadhu, is Sadhu win in life? Is Sadhu, I think that the fact that Sadhu give up on life, the fact that Sadhu is lowest, Sadhu don't have to deal with the problems of trying to wake to death or something. He just live his life like no, not normal, but he just live his life like he live life the correct way, the way it should be, not trying pushing too hard. Like there's no correct way, but there's no things that's normal anyway. But the thing is, Sadhu just doesn't have to deal with male problematic stuff that may reach may the people that pushing themselves too hard to win in life. Dude, did so that mean Sadhu is win on life? I think so. Because the fact that I also have the life resembled to Sadhu. My life sucks, I have no friends, I'm poor, I live a hikikomori life, and I think that I am happy. I'm not that happy. I'm depressed all the time, I'm angry all the time about my past. But the fact that, I have not having to deal with the problems that it's too big, that famous person like having stalker, having threatened through life, deal, or people who is rich generally having a lot of enemy, a lot of the thing that tortured them. I'm not having to use any drugs and live a normal life, which just means that should should we give one life? I think so. And but it is normal to bad thing happen to us, even if we did think good, even if we did uh everything, not trying to do anything to anyone. But even if we rich, even if we popular, in the end we still the same. Like everything changed, yet nothing changed. We still live, we still exist. So Sadhu not trying to anything that just exists is probably the best way to live for me and for Sadhu. And I'm not trying to define here what is the best way, but what works. Like this, the problems in the level of Sadhu that he deals with, that he faces, is a baby problem. Not a baby, but the problem that is natural for a human being. Not that I say that normal problems is to hunt animal or to not find food or anything. It's just normal. Like, so start with the fact that start with Mizaki thought that her plan was perfect. Thought that Sato wouldn't find out about anything about her. She told it's supposed to be about her, but she did reveal some thought process, like she looked down on him or anything like that. But the main character Sato seems to not get, because of the fact that from when I played Doki Doki Literature Cup, when Monica says something weird, like the main character seem to let it pass. So I don't know if why Sadhu not notices that, but the fact that Sadhu found out that Mizaki is actually a person that doing these kind of things to him and observe him and toyed with him, and it's deeply hurt Sadhu, as Mizaki say at last. So the fact that Misaki toys with him makes her feel make him feel like he is not worth anything. Like, at first he just think that Mizaki is trying to help him, trying to, do good to him because she genuinely want to help him, but she help him because she feel like she is more important, she's more needed, she is the one that is needed by Sato, make her superior, make her feel good, make her life, make her psychology is better. Bitch, I think Mizaki does not did a bad thing. Like, I genuinely have no control with my life, so I find something that is as little as YouTube channel to control it on, to have my own independent channel, have my stuff. Like, I love drawing because I can control the drawing. It's small. Like, I can control everything. It's my own world. Like, I have superior over them. I look down on them sometimes. That's the thing that I think that it's not wrong. Like, humans are like this. Like, when they lose something, they just find something to, cope with as little as someone as hikikomori, which you couldn't blame her because, like, our life is different, as we can't choose. So the fact that Mizaki knows that she's fucked, she is, you know Sato might, like, she doesn't know that Sato did this thing to her, so she just, kind of thinking, kind of, contemplation about what she did wrong, and she seems like she did it in her subconsciousness, that we as the audience know that everything she did, it's it's not wrong in the senses of justice, because justice doesn't exist, but it's 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 wrong to, it's not like she did wrong, that, if she wanted to make Sato trust in him, she shouldn't do this, but, she did this and make Sato feel hurt. That's what's wrong about it. But in terms of morality, it's not wrong. Like, Mizaki even tell him, how does it wrong for me? I am just not, know why. So Sato just did. So the game script of Sato continue on trying to do is based on trying to script film. So basically, both of Sato and Yamazaki having problem with the game script is because of the girls that around them, toy with them. So like, Yamazaki and Sato just having problems with the script and having a point that, angry over each other because of the fact that the script is not finished, and like, it just made for the problems with, and like, they're angry at each other. That's why. So as Yukazaki and Hoshiwa Senpai, and like Yamazaki's theme still shows him of his sympathy over Stardew, which is a little moments that I think you should say. But the fact that Yukazaki and, Senpai, Kashiwa Senpai is slowly tripped at Kashiwa's side, because Yukazaki not having, any sympathy with her, at Jugasagi seems to be a good guy, but doesn't too perceptive with his wife, that his wife is in pain and suffered from her job and her life. So Jigasaki is just a person who seemed good, but at last uh like she was senpai as if you see in the scene of later on in the scenes of Tsutai, Kashiwa senpai having like Kashiwa senpai waiting for Jugasaki to cuddle her to you know she left him. She say he is bad, but I think Kashiwa senpai is just a selfish just a uh selfish bitch, as I would say. The reason that I use the strong words is because I really don't want to use this word, but it's because it's really like the whole reason that Sadu, suffered in the first half is because she was senpai doing stupid stuff to him and getting the conspiracies to him just because of her selfish. She having a boyfriend in high school before, and she's just a selfish bitch who is just you know probably just want a guy who to guys who have good social status to cuddle her. um the fact that Jigasaki doesn't cuddle her and doesn't say that he want to marry or want to do something to her, that Kashiwa just is selfish and having too ego of her too high. She just relied on Sadu for the sake of she like if she not have Jugasaki, she just rely on Sadu, makes her a bitch. And it's like she also toyed with Sadu. She doesn't care a bit about Sadu, but at the moment that she would die, you'd see that she left Jugasaki so much that she but the thing that she left the maze is her ego, not died. Like even if she died, her ego is the one that is the problems here. She blame other things. She blame Jugasaki. She blame conspiracy. She blame everything, but not herself. That not saying things clearly, not clearly. If like she could say, if Jugasaki does not do this, does not cuddle her, does not fucking anything to her, selfish is not a problem here. But the real problem is that she does not say. Like she acts like everything is just not in her favor, and just like crazy to herself. These kind of people is the people that I hate the most. Like she's just like me. Like I hate myself too. Like, and she's just like me who just blame everything, but not saying, but not start changing. And that's why Kashiwa Senpai is in tier F, the worst courses, mental state courses in Welcome to NHK. Like Kashiwa Senpai is just eating the medicines, which is not good at all. It's just like you put the bandage on the wound that you got shot by gun. and that makes the matter worse by ignore them, as she just fixed the problem by trying to suicide on the babbage. So she is just, maybe she's just blaming everything and think that his husband is bad, and by doing that she needs to make a lie that her husband is tortured her, trying to do anything to her, and her life is bad. Basically she's just imagining, like she is the one that planting the imagination, the hikikomori, the NHK to Sado, and Sado planted NHK to Mizaki, as Yamazaki is the only one that having a good life. So uh, so she just, like, she's toyed Sado, she's blame Sado. She having Sado by her side is because she wanted someone to be made below than her. Like she's manipulative in a certain extent, and I will say that one part of the reason why she suicided is because she wanted to take the attention of Tsukazagi. If, like, she would die to get an attention, like, because she suicide because she wanted attention of Tsukazagi. If Tsukazagi is just not care for her, she would rather die. So this bitch is egoistic, is selfish. But I'm not saying selfish is bad, but the real bad thing about her is that her ego is too high. And to top of that, she is hallucinating. Like, so, like, Sado and Yamazaki just just kind of probably give up on some part of the project, is because they are that projects goes on, and the summer's Komige is going on, and they have less time to do the work, to finish the work. So this is sample, which they just sell the sample, which is probably the best way to sell, because, like, you want just to buy a sample of the game? No, you want to play the full one. So I have, like, I hate the game that is in the sample state, that is in the like it says, just like you just finish it, and deployed it. Why be on early access to make anyone suffer? Like, I don't understand. And probably no one will buy the sample, which is probably true to some extent. And, like, so Kashiwa senpai, who is having a hard time at work, and her people around her is fucked, and her mind is fucked too. Like Kashiwa senpai is just, I don't understand why she work when she can just being a parasite to Uzagi. I say it is selfish, but you think it is selfish, but it's actually the best way to live. Like, why you do suffer to die, to break your mentor to or something, when you could just suck it to Yukazaki when you plan to live with him the whole life and stuff. You have sex with him and stuff. Like, you could say now why her mental state is bad is because of the fact that she is quiet person, but like she's harmless harmless dude, but to people around her, she's heavily manipulate Sadu, and like this gal are hitting on her, these guys are lust on her, like trying to sexual harassment her, and like she was just does not care. Like I don't know what haven't met anyone like Kashiva my whole life, but the fact that she is like me, she is a person that selfish and stuff, but realize lady that life is better off caring and helping others and you feel more happy. But she's not. She's just being sucked deep in her imagination and just being ego, and he's her, and I could say Chishiva is probably the best characters with a fucked mind. So everything won't go for her. She's the worst thing is she's heavy manipulated, drag Sado down as she just drags and conspiracy shit, and like Sado trying to did again when you know. So tomorrow is the day of Kamike. Yamazaki and Sado just did finish a game sample, and just finished the CDs. But Sado doubting himself, which is the best enemy of him, is that he doubt that his work sucks. Like his work is not finished, and like I am not forcing him to be proud of it, but like if it's not finished, I recommend him not to sell it. Which I don't know if Kamige is too far, too easy to go. Like, why? How can Sado, which and some Yamazaki with his half-ass games and probably only talents of Yamazaki, is getting into Kamige? Like, is it too easy to get into Kamige? Like if you want to get to Kamige, I believe that from Genjiken and my limited knowledge, you need to submit a pictures and stuff to go into and get qualified to go into Kamige, but I don't know. So Senpai and Sado in this queue, and Sado dreams of Senpai and the sun, which is Nihongi Kibori Kyokai, that trying to, get him into this hobo, that dragged him to hell, and winter come. So these dreams, like, probably, I don't know, because I study psychoanalysis too lately, but it probably means that Sado think of Kashiwa said by as he little aware of her as the one that drag him to drag him to the bad, drag him to hell, drag him to suffer. As he aware himself, but in the dream, as it's warn him to not get too close to Kashiwa Senpai, as he waked him, and so Kashiwa Senpai just call him. This means that she drags him into the that means that she drags Kashiwa just dragged him into the we dragged him into the hell of hikikomori and shit, and she needs to, and Sato needs to be aware as the whole show, the one that helping him is Hikikomori hallucination. Like in the end, like if you already watch NHK, you see that the one that helping him is like Nihon Hikikomori Hyokai hallucination that help Misaki and him together. And like I don't understand the people that say Sato is, you know, fucked up, having a fucked up life because of his mind. But his mind is actually the one that helping him. His mind is actually the one that realized that his college, everything, industrialized, capitalist, everything sucks. And like, you know, like his mind is the one that realizes Misaki is deceive him, and his dream and his hallucination and the living furniture is helping him, and his dream is the one that he knows that, like, he knows that Kashiwa Senpai is the one that trying to, you know, trying to deceive him, she's with Nihon Hikibori Kyokai, which is the fact that she's hallucinating and drag him down to the path of conspiracy, of manipulating him. And his hallucination is helping him. Like, his instinct, it's his base weapons. It's himself. It's his brain. It's his instincts. It's his guts. Like, everything about hallucination is not bad. It helps Sato. Like, when Sato hits the most lowest point of his life, like, he could use, and that's where, you know, the gauge of outer instincts, the gauge of hallucinating, helping him to dream, to stuff, and realize what is right, what is wrong, and realize to make him to go to the next steps. And that's what helping him. I understand the people that trying to make the claim of Sato is bad. Sato is, you know, bad because he is hallucinating stuff. It's not true. Like, and so this is the end of part 1 of analysis, so that I don't need to analyze the whole show, the whole episode. I just need to analyze just and continue on later. So I make it the part 1 continue from episode 10. So that's about it. And see you if our fate is met, is aligned. That's probably my base closing that I can think of. If our fate are aligned, see you again.